Good evening, everyone, and welcome to I'm Actually Comics. My name is Tristan. I'm joined today by Bob.
Hi.
Yeah, there you go. There's Bob. Bringing that fucking energy today. Yeah, we are on fire already.
I'm caffeine crashing, actually, is what's happening to me.
I was crashing when I got here. I've been crashing all day, so I guess you can't call it a crash. I think I'm just fucking exhausted. But, man...
Comics. It's a good day. It's a good day to be exhausted by comics.
I mean, I feel like I could anticipate how many comics were coming out today, and that just made me exhausted.
Yeah.
This is a gigantic week for comics. This is an absolutely absurd week for comics.
Yes, and we know it's the big week for comics because it's the 14th.
I mean, I think it's because...
I don't know why that makes sense.
It kind of makes sense because they skip a week for Thanksgiving.
Oh.
So I think they have to front load and back load a bunch of comics. So we're going to have a weird week during Thanksgiving week and blah, blah, blah. So it's one of those things.
See.
I kind of do. But yeah, let's talk about it. We got some stuff.
We're under arrest for thinking there's too many comics.
Oh, my God. This freaking town.
I'll never not make that joke when the cop cars go by on our podcast.
Jeez.
Always a timely reference to a thing that we're being arrested for.
Perfect. There is, I did want to mention just very quickly that if you are a customer of the store, Coast City Comics, that we have been expanding. We're kind of experiencing some growing pains as far as this goes because we've got a bunch of stuff in our new warehouse that we have in Westbrook. So if you're doing like orders of older back issues and things, the way that you used to be able to just kind of come in same day and we'd just be able to pull it for you because it was on the premises and we might just send somebody to the basement or whatever. Kind of can't do that anymore because we've got too much stuff now because there's literally hundreds and hundreds of back issue boxes, like tens and tens of thousands of back issues on our website now. So we need to have a little bit more time so that we can go to our warehouse and pull that stuff. So just a heads up. That's all.
All right.
And that's for locals only. It's not going to affect your shipping times at all. So anyway, that's it.
So basically, if someone orders back issues, they need to wait like a day before the...
Yeah.
So
that obviously doesn't include new releases or even releases within the last 6 months or 8 months. It's usually just stuff that has been way backlisted that we put in our lower priority boxes in the warehouse, or vintage books. So I put up what did I put on the website? I put up our first expensive comic on the website because I was always weirded out about putting like high end comics. I put a $250 Wonder Woman on the website recently, like Wonder Woman 110 or something, or 105 or something like that.
Cool.
So kind of cool. Anyway, some good stuff up there. Yeah. So speaking of good stuff, let's talk about comic books.
Yeah.
Aliens. Actually, Alien singular. I apologize.
Yeah, even though there's more than one alien in the comic.
Yeah, I guess that's just, again, Disney establishing intellectual property rights. They want to buy everything that there is in the world. And so the word alien now belongs to the Disney Corporation. So when aliens come down, I guess they're going to be able to potentially own the concept of aliens. I don't know. Either way, it's Declan Shelby. And it's got underwater aliens, which is always a fun thing.
So now there'll be toys called Disney's Aliens.
You're not wrong. Alpha Flight, number 4. It is out today. We have Arcade Kings, number 5.
Final issue. It's good.
Yeah. This has been way more popular than I would have ever expected.
It's really fun. It's basically like a video game come to life in comic book form. It's very good.
That sounds very good.
That's good, and the art's really good.
I can't apparently drink water without spilling it all over myself.
Don't do that.
I know, especially with the comics nearby.
Yeah, that's not good.
We have Uncanny Avengers number 4.
The reveal of Captain Krakoa. Who is it gonna be? You could never have guessed. I promise that it's impossible that you could have guessed. No one would ever have possibly ever guessed.
Damn it. But I think I guessed.
Wait. If you tell me who you think it is, I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. Wait, that might be a spoiler though.
Uh-oh. I'm not going to say
It's a trap.
I don't want to say it because
Okay.
I know that it's Barack Obama, so I'm not going to say it. Fuck, I got it. Batman and Robin number 3.
Yeah, I don't know. This one's not working for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, the coloring on this book is difficult for me.
I don't know. It's not working for me. It's not like the whole Batman deal right now is very confusing because you have the Chip Zdarsky thing, which makes sense, and that's like the big crossover, and they had all the things and tie-ins and all that. And then there's the Detective Comics, which we'll get to, which is a completely different story.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the Batman and Robin, which is a completely different story. And if it doesn't bother you, like you just want one, it's just like this isn't the one for me. And also I just find the artwork is good, but it's difficult to follow.
Same. This is not my style of art.
I think I'm a one Batman or I'm maybe a two Batman book person. Besides, I don't know.
You're basically a country song.
I am.
I'm a one Batman man.
One Batman, one detective, and one beer.
Perfect. Blade. Oh, sorry. Big Game. It's a terrible comic. Who fucking cares?
I have never even opened it.
Blade number 5 is a comic book.
This is the one you read.
This
I
is
didn't
the
read
one
it.
that I enjoyed very much. The ending to it is one of those things where it's like it might be kind of an obvious ending to some people that he was going to do this thing that is happening, but it also is very cool and has not happened before. I find that very cool, and I also I really like the art in this. I like the crazy Cenobite lady that is the villain. I think a lot of this is very cool.
Nice.
It's fun. And speaking of horror takes on Marvel things that I enjoy, Capwolf and the Howling Commandos. This was a great issue.
Yeah, it's fun.
It was really fun.
It's fun.
Anything further?
I enjoyed it.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, I'm doing a bad job of controlling this camera.
Of the comics that I don't bring home, I have found it to be one of the more enjoyable ones. It's like it was fun to look through it and be like, oh, that's cool. It's good.
I keep being surprised at how good the art is and just how fun the werewolf stuff in it is. Like it's, as I've said a million times on probably the other podcast, it's hard to get good werewolf stuff. Like werewolves are notoriously like the worst movies. Like people try it all the time and fail, and you literally can't count 10 good werewolf movies. It's very difficult. You have to start including things.
10 werewolf movies.
You have to start including things like Monster Squad and stuff like that, where it's like, I guess it's got a werewolf.
Got a werewolf in it.
Fright Night 2's got a werewolf in it. I guess I don't know. It's not quite the same thing. Anyway, Children of the Vault. What music they make
in their vault.
In their vault. You can't hear it because they're closed in the vault. But
yeah, it's a soundproof vault.
You have to trust me. It's great music.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a hip hop country crossover.
Did you hear that Andre from Outkast put out his first solo album ever? Is coming out this week, and it is all
flute music. Yeah,
I think it's fucking cool. I haven't heard it, but
that's awesome.
I think it's cool that that's what he did.
I mean, he has been for the last 5 years. He has been doing nothing but wandering the streets of Japan, playing flute for people.
Yeah, nice.
Like, I worry that it's a mental illness thing. I hope it's not. I hope it's just him finding himself.
It's the thing that makes him happy. So he writes rap songs, and he just like they don't make him happy, and this stuff does.
I mean, he wasn't ever a rapper. So it's like that was what
might be it.
Big Boy was there for, was to be the rapper.
Yeah.
And he also just like he had some really interesting points about like it's youth culture, and I'm not a kid anymore. So like I'm getting out of the fucking way.
Yeah.
Which I was like, whoa.
Also, I have a shit ton of money from
all
the big hit songs I put
out. So
why not? Yeah, no, I just think it's cool that he made a flute record, and that like one of the songs on it is called like I wanted to make a rap record, but I wasn't feeling it, so I made this instead. It's like literally the name of the song.
That makes me like him even more than I did before, and I liked him quite a bit before.
The song titles are very funny, some of which I can't talk about, but there's one in particular that is like very specifically referencing something we were talking about before we started recording.
Nice.
I'll tell you later.
Okay, I can't wait. I don't even remember what that was. I hope it was Knight Rider. The Cull out.
I think I didn't read the last issue because the last thing I remember happening is not what is led into on this issue. So I was a little lost, but it was crazy, and I really like the call. It's good. It's one of my favorite comics on this new Comics on the Stands.
Yeah, it's good.
Very
It's good stuff. Daredevil.
Did you
number
say
3.
Christopher Chaos? Did you talk about that one?
Did I? I mean, I had it up on the slab there. So
I like
there's
that one too.
Christopher Chaos. It's great.
I feel like I should say I like it because I like it. I do like it. It's good.
It is really good.
Yeah.
Daredevil. It has one of my favorite lines of dialogue for the week.
Oh yeah.
Which is his new catchphrase, which is "Fuck me, it's Daredevil."
There you go.
Let's see. Deadpool 7 Slaughters.
Oh man! Now see, you were talking about the people speculating ordering comics on the website because there's some characters in it. I do not know why this is not the one, because there is a brand new, fresh ass character debuting in this issue of Deadpool, created by the master Rob Liefeld.
Ooh.
The character is called Anime Woman, I think, or Anime Girl.
Go to hell.
It's literally like, and then the power that the anime woman has is that she makes it so that she's like a chibi version of herself, and Deadpool is like a chibi version of himself, but like it's Rob Liefeld drawing it, so it's like bad. It was pretty entertaining.
Why?
Although that said, there's like 7 stories in this comic, and a couple of them are actually pretty good. Gail Simone wrote one that has Diamondback from the old Captain America Serpent Society, and then there's another one with other characters that I liked at the end, but I can't remember.
What was her Deadpool's name? Agent X. Is it an Agent X story?
Oh, it is not. It's actually a Deadpool story.
I mean, Agent X
it's
was
Deadpool
so.
and Diamondback, and I think she just wanted to write a Diamondback story because it's like they're teamed up and they're doing. I mean, it's kind of it's a weird throwaway. I don't understand. It's like a $10 Deadpool book. Like, I don't know, why wouldn't you make it a graphic novel if it's got that many stories in it? But like, whatever.
I don't know why.
Anime Woman is in it. You got to get that one.
Kill me.
New character
Seriously.
find of 2023.
I don't know how we are still in business. I don't understand how any comic shop has survived the glut of garbage that has been coming out. Danger Street is a comic book.
This is like a roller coaster ride for me. I don't know. It's like first couple I didn't like, second couple I did. Then I didn't like it again. Then I did like it again. Now I hate it again. I just like, it's like every 2 issues.
And I ate something and then I liked it again. And
pretty much. It's like every 2 issues it like it's completely like yo-yos you. It's like, oh, it's dumb. Oh, that's cool. Oh wait, that's so dumb. I don't know. I don't get it.
Anyway, Detective Comics is out.
I like this. The last issue was cool, and as a fan of what's his name? Red Arrow.
Ram V? Oh.
No, not the writer, the character.
The Red Bee?
I love the Red Bee, but no, Red, what's his name?
Skeleton.
Arsenal, that guy. It's like there's a tie, it's kind of like a Green Arrow tie-in to the backup for some reason, but it's really, it's like, it can't really decide whether it's a Batman storyline or a Green Arrow storyline, because it started in Batman and then got yoinked into Green Arrow, but is really kind of, I don't know, it's weird. It's that character that's what's her name, the Cheshire, like with the mask, the cool mask.
Oh yeah, I can't remember who that
I
is.
can't remember her name. It's Leanne, is like the daughter of Arsenal, and that's the character, but I can't remember. She's called like Maps or Shoes. She's called Shoes.
Yikes. Nope.
Yeah,
I would not have pulled that name
it's a backup
in a million years.
I like that they unfridged her and made her kind of cool, even if they did that weird thing where they made her a teenager immediately instead of like having her be like a kid. I don't know, whatever. It's a comics thing.
Whatever. It's a comics thing.
Whatever. I don't know. It's a comics thing, yo.
It's a comics thing. You wouldn't understand.
You wouldn't. I wouldn't. I barely do.
I barely understand anything these days. The Deviant is a comic book that is out.
It is a gross horror comic about a Santa guy who murders people.
It is a Santa killer comic, which you know I'm going to like it because I like Santa killers.
Art's really good.
Art is phenomenal.
Yeah.
There's a couple of little gross outs. I really like how creepy the Santa character is.
Yeah, I like his weird beard.
His weird beard.
I'm a fan of a weird beard usually when they have one.
Yeah, there definitely is a weird beard in this. James Tynion leaning into some of his like gay stuff, which is interesting because it actually shocked me because there's some language in it that I was like, and I was like, okay, no, he's a gay guy, so I guess it's cool that he's saying this, but it's like,
Raises your...
The F word gets bandied about a lot in this book, and it's like, yikes.
I just kind of opened it up and saw that it was like a murdery horror comic, and I just didn't really it's not really where my headspace was at, so I just kind of skimmed it. I didn't see those words.
I liked it quite a bit,
but it looks good.
And there's also a die cut cover that is really fucking dope.
It is a good die cut cover.
It is very good. Door to Door, Night to Night, wrapping up with a big ass issue.
Ooh, it's got big ass.
It has this issue, the biggest asses.
Oh,
and speaking of big asses, that Baron Harkonnen, in Dune, quite the ass on him.
He's so big, I put 2 copies of it over there.
Hey, look at that. The comic's so nice, we named it twice. There it is, Dune again. Doonigan.
If you
kids like the Dungeons and the Dragons, we got them put together for a little thing I like to call Dungeons and Dragons Fortune Finder.
And how?
I don't know how these sell or if anyone gives a shit about Dungeons and Dragons comics.
You should know. It's your store.
Well, actually,
you do sell a lot of individual comic titles.
The reason I don't know is because I stopped carrying Dungeons and Dragons comics because they did not sell for the longest time.
Even the cartoon one?
I carried the cartoon one because I have 80s nostalgia syndrome and I can't get over it. And that did sell because other people have nostalgia for that same cartoon that I also think is just wonderful. But these things, I don't know because I stopped carrying them. So we'll see if this actually moves the needle at all. But I literally stopped carrying Dungeons and Dragons books.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong because I know that is it R.A. Salvatore who wrote all those?
I am familiar with that name from being on the front of some comic books.
I mean, I feel like his books sell very well.
And books.
Yeah, they're books.
Yeah, I did work in a bookstore.
And I feel like they sell quite well. So I guess it's not the fact that people want to have their own magical adventures in their minds, but I don't know. I don't know what it is about the comics.
Don't cover up Dutch before we talk about Dutch.
Oh, God, that's right.
Man, I know there's a lot of comics, but I loved Dutch.
You did love Dutch.
I thought it was really good. It might even be my favorite comic of the week. And it's Joe Casey, which is insane because I hate his writing. But it's a really good comic.
This up. Sorry, it's not on the shelf anymore.
It's really good. The art is phenomenal. Nathan Fox is fantastic. And I do think that Joe Casey and Nathan Fox are a good team.
The character design is really good in this.
It's basically a Cable comic, but it's like Cable after X-Force has run its course and he's kind of retired and then shit starts coming for him. It's your kind of boilerplate old man Cable kind of thing. Maybe it was a pitch for old man Cable that didn't get picked up. It could easily be. But it is featuring Dutch, who was created by Chap Yape. Which I am saying that name as many times as I can.
It's a fun thing to say.
Because I can't believe that you own a comic store and you don't know who Chap Yape is.
I don't know who the fuck Chap Yape is. I'm so sorry.
The video people can see me shaking my head at
were not my time. I'm sorry.
Rob Liefeld's find of the 90s. Chap Yape.
Earth Divers, 1776.
Cool.
That was when Columbus sailed the Ocean of Dicks.
You're off by a few hundred years. He sailed the Ocean of Dicks in the 1400s.
Oh, it was 1476 when he sailed the Ocean of Dicks.
Yes. Several years after sailing the Ocean of Blue.
Okay.
He then sailed the Ocean of Dicks.
Okay, that's right. 1776, from context clues of the cover, I think is significant in American history because the Liberty Bell fell on Benjamin Franklin killing him.
That's what happened.
I
it's
think
the
that is
year
of the cat.
No. Oh man. Okay. What's next?
What's next?
Oh, yeah.
Why, if it isn't Fantastic Four with fucking T-Rex Doctor Doom and T-Rex the Thing in it? Holy shit!
The thing dinosaur is not a T-Rex.
Well,
is a different type of
no,
dinosaur.
it's a. Oh, I almost know the name. It's got. The
I want to
fucking-
say it's a Dunkelosaurus, but it's not. It's this weird flat-headed dinosaur, and I'm sure they identify
I want to call it an Ankylosaurus, but I know
that could be.
But it's not.
I don't. I'm not a dinosaur person that knows the names of dinosaurs other than T-Rex and Triceratops and Brontosaurus.
He's got the weird bald head thing that makes him look like a monk.
Yeah, it's
He's
that
the,
flat.
He's the smashing people with his head.
But there's
dinosaur.
a crazy panel in it where the Thing and his Thing dinosaur are fighting Doctor Doom and his Doctor Doom dinosaur, and it's probably the image, the panel of the week. If there's a panel of the week, it's probably the panel of the week.
So good.
And the cover's good too. The Alex Ross cover is pretty good.
Yep, I'm a fan. Yeah, it's great. It's really really great. Okay. And also, I am aware that there were not people when there were dinosaurs, in case that me saying that he smashes people with his head throws anybody off. I am aware that humans and dinosaurs did not exist in the same time. Fish flies.
Yeah,
number 3.
Weird and cool.
It is weird and cool. A Geiger, Ground Zero.
Geiger.
Geiger. MacGyver. We've got G.I. Joe. He's a real American hero. This is the remastered version for Skybound.
It is remastered. It's got
beautiful.
new dialogue corrected from the original comic that was mildly censored. There's like one panel with different dialogue in it, but it's on newsprint. It's cool. I like that. I think it's we'll talk about it with the next book too, but I think it's really cool that they're putting some muscle behind specifically this series and the next book that Tristan is flipping through now.
Let's bring this out here. Yeah. This is of course G.I. Joe ARAH, ARAH, a real American hero.
Yeah.
As they shorten it.
Number 301.
301. So we've got continuity aplenty from the IDW series. Still, all of this stuff is still canon. The Lady Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes is dead, brought back to life by Cobra. We got all this crazy backstory is still canon.
Yes, but the difference is that now it's on slightly nicer paper. The art is way better than it has been for quite a while. I do really like that Mooneyham guy. He did a comic called Five Ghosts years ago that I really liked.
I loved that.
And he's done a bunch of stuff too since then, like just kind of a...
Yeah.
But I like that in addition to relaunching G.I. Joe and all the hype that's going to get put behind that with Skybound, that they very pointedly were like, Hama's going to continue his run, which is basically it's been interrupted. It's not like it was been published every month, but like that started in 1982 and it has had the same writer for the entire time.
Amazing.
Like that's pretty monumental, like as far as comics go.
Yeah,
puts it in an echelon with like Usagi and Cerebus and like what else? Fantastic Four by Lee and Kirby, things like that. You know, I mean, Fantastic Four by Lee and Kirby was only 104 issues,
and I feel like it can't. I'm always pushing the Larry Hama. I always want to say nice things about him.
He's awesome.
He's absolutely amazing, and he created so many cool things. I mean, not the least of which being Snake Eyes, being the fact that literally you're talking about a company having a financial crisis. They needed to make 6 figures, I think, for their second rollout. Couldn't afford to paint one of them and was like, I don't know, it's a black figure and he's a commando, so he's at night or whatever. And that's what they give him. That goes to Larry Hama, and he creates this character that doesn't talk, and he's a fucking ninja, and nobody'd heard of fucking ninjas before. It's such a big deal. It's such a cool thing, and it's like he should be a multi-millionaire because of this, and like most comic creators, got shafted 6 ways to Sunday.
Yeah, well, a lot of those guys. Do you ever? This is gonna take a second to explain, but did you ever listen to the? I know I mentioned it to you when I was listening to it. There's a podcast and I can't think of the name of it right now, but they did a thing about this thing called Geetus.
No, I never listened to it.
So it's worth listening to. It's just one episode. And there's this thing called Geetus, and the guy who designed this, it's a sticker that they find. And they're like, what is this thing called Geetus? And it's kind of like a Yoda, weird, like Star Wars-y looking thing, but there's like no product that they can find. And it was just this sticker company from Massachusetts that did stickers, and they paid artists to like design stuff. Anyway, they solved
Okay.
I just basically gave away the entire podcast by telling you this. But
Sure.
the guy who they find that did the Geetus sticker is the same guy who did the artwork for the G.I. Joe action figure boxes.
What?
Same dude. However, the tragedy of his deal is that when he was doing that art, he had an option to go in as a percentage or to take a flat here. And he was like, whatever, I'm just going to take the flat. And he lost out on like millions of dollars because he would have been like basically like a part owner of G.I. Joe. Like he would have, like Hasbro would have had to buy him out. But he instead he died, and people had no idea. I mean, people knew who he was, like at G.I. Joe conventions and stuff. He was like known
very
as the guy who
sad.
did that artwork. But he also did this thing called Geetus. That was pretty cool.
Wow, that is crazy. That is a depressing story. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Ghost Ritter
Yeah.
from the Knight Ritter
Did you see the
newspaper company.
news that there's going to be another new Ghost Rider?
I mean, there's a new Ghost Rider every couple weeks.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, this has the Spirit Rider in it already.
Well, but they're going to do like a new Ghost Rider with a new character. It's like a Danny Ketch kind of like new guy.
Nice.
New Ghost Rider guy.
I'm into it.
Yeah, it was just announced today, I think.
I like those. I mean, the Jason Aaron
Oh man,
one.
we
once-
talk about that a lot. how much
But I
we love
mean,
that.
Jason Aaron broke open the world to be like, and here's these billion other Ghost Riders. So
Yeah.
in that one, it's a little late. Godzilla rivals Mechagodzilla.
I'm sure there's some good stuff in there.
You know what? Godzilla doesn't just rival Mechagodzilla.
He beats,
He
beats
beats
him.
the crap out of him. We got Green Lantern.
This is another one that's not really holding my attention.
Yeah, same.
I love me the DC, but
Yeah,
it's not
unfortunately.
moving me.
A Haunted Girl. Explain this to me.
I'm sorry, but I
How
can't.
did Image get this book? Why did Image get this book? And what, like,
I genuinely, I know I flipped through it. I do not remember anything about this comic. There were too many comics.
is Ethan Sachs like a member of like the Sachs like banking family, and that's why
I don't
this
know.
got made?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know nothing about it.
I can't figure out why this book.
I literally don't even remember the comic.
It like this book to me. Maybe I'm crazy, but to me it looks like a book that is like something that you'd pick up at a convention. That like you'd go, hey, good try.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Some people
It's
got
like
that.
a self-published thing. And it's all right.
Some people got that mojo. They
I
can
guess so.
Meet the right person. And
Oh, it's got a Z on it. He's some sort of fucking rock star. Okay,
a
I got
Z?
it. It's that company. I can't remember what they're called, but they release all the like Ice Nine Kills.
Oh,
and
okay.
all that stuff.
Sure.
They release all the he's some sort of musician.
Things I know not about.
who I apparently don't know the name of.
You're covering up Hexagon Bridge without talking about it, and it's awesome.
It's a comic called Hexagon Bridge. If you have not read it yet,
No, it's true.
you won't know what the fuck's going on.
It's not worth a huge thing, but it is a comic I like, and the art is wonderful. Very,
True.
very beautiful artwork.
Astonishing Iceman is out this week, and I loved this
Yeah, it was
issue
fun.
so much.
I mean, you put Iceman and Spider-Man in a comic. I don't think it's a very good comic, even though it was enjoyable to read. Like the way like Spider-Man like knows all these like Z-list X-Men characters by name is just kind of like, I'm sorry, like he's not gonna be like, Diphtheria, like the
please,
whatever. I don't know.
He does know all of them because he spent time in a little comic book called Spider-Man and the X-Men.
How long was that comic? It was like
It
four
was
issues
8
long.
issues long,
8 issues
and-
long.
and
He doesn't. I
never-
just like. I don't
He
buy
was
it.
teaching at the Xavier School. He had to memorize all of those things.
Was Farrell in that? No, he'd recognize her.
I mean,
Farrell.
he was
Come
in
on.
fucking. He was stranded in not Midgard.
Wow.
He was stranded in some sort of
This is a
Asgardian realm with
This is a
with
totally subjective argument anyway.
That's
That was
true.
the only thing about it that
No,
bothered
no.
me. I liked the fact that Iceman and Spider-Man got to hang out in a comic. It's too bad Firestar couldn't be there. But,
agree.
you know, whatever. It was fun. It was superhero-y and chill
Yeah.
and
It was honestly because of how good the dialogue was and how good their joint dialogue together with them hanging out at the end. I'm kind of glad that it was just the two of them because the back and forth was
Yeah.
kind of wonderful, and it was really it was just, I don't know, it was like a touchy feely kind of like fun little book.
I do think Iceman gets like very much for some reason just like no respect at Marvel, even though he's like an OG guy that everybody knows. Like everybody knows Iceman. Like every
Yeah.
comic fan knows Iceman, and for some reason he's just like in, you know, if he's in a team, he's in like 2 panels of one issue or whatever, and no one ever knows what to do with him. But it was cool, and I did especially like the Human Torch style building hangout with Spider-Man thing, where like normally it's like the two of them sitting on top of a building, and this time it was Iceman. It was cool.
Yep, pretty great.
They're pals.
And they eat bagels.
They do.
Jean Grey is a comic book that is out.
It is. It ends. It's the final issue.
It sure does end. Jean Grey ends, they should have called it. We have here,
But to be continued in another X-Men comic.
yes,
Go figure.
we have here Philadelphia, number 31. This is basically the best Spawn comic that anyone has written in 30
I didn't
years.
get it. It was Spawn. It is Spawn, isn't it?
It 100% is Spawn.
Yeah, Spawn, isn't it?
It is a Spawn comic. This is like less a Philadelphia comic than a Spawn comic. It's like Spawn shows up and he's like, what the fuck? There's vampires. It's like, yeah, dude.
I think
Go to Philadelphia. It's nothing but fucking vampires, apparently, in this world, in the Image universe. So there you go.
Huh.
And same thing with Looney Tunes, chock full of vampires.
Chock full of Spawn.
I didn't read this.
How does that?
It is called Lotus Land.
I did. The art's good. What happened? I don't really remember much about it. It wasn't for me.
Okay. I will.
But the art was good. I do remember that specifically.
The Madness.
The art's good in this too.
I like this book. I think it's fine.
Very like kind of superhero-y kind of art in
Yeah.
the Madness.
Yeah, sure. It's a very superhero-y type story.
But bold, like inky outline, like trad comic,
Agree.
superhero comic art. I liked it. It was good.
Yeah, and I swear I'm not being gatekeepy about this, but Jesus Christ, where does the punk thing fit in? Is there some reason for it that I'm missing? I don't see any. There's always a fucking punk variant cover, and I'm like, this doesn't deserve a punk variant cover.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't
don't
see the
understand
punk variant.
It's like there's a parody of a Bad Brains album, then there's the parody of the Bad Music for Bad People, then there's the parody of like every issue that comes out, one of the variants is a punk rock record.
Let's just be
parody.
the company.
I guess it's just the company.
So the punk rock company.
Fair. This is The Man from Maybe.
Yeah, it's Shaky Kane.
It is. If you like Shaky Kane, you're going to love it. It's great.
If you
I
like
think it's really fun.
shakying your cane.
I sure do. There's another book from Shaky Kane this week that I can't
Do
put
you
up
think
here
this
because
is-
it's too big.
Oh yeah, it is big. But do you think that his name, Shaky Kane, is meant to be like shaking your cane, like he's an old
Yes.
man and he's shaking his cane?
I assume so.
I never
always-
even thought
I had
of that.
always thought that. That was my assumption.
That's pretty cool.
I
if
think
it
he
is.
is Old Man Yells at Cloud, the comic creator. Yeah, this is a great book. Oh, I didn't read this either.
What is it?
This is a thing called the Ministry of Compliance.
Oh, this one was. It's John Ridley, so good writer. It's like a Blade Runner meets ninjas meets like James Bond. It's like a British agency. It's in the future, and there's like this agency that's the Ministry of Compliance, and then this character is like the Minister of Compliance, and she chops people's heads off. There's a lot of ninja sword head chopping. Like, again, not for me, but like well put together. Probably I would say like a good quality. If you're looking for a first issue, probably pretty good. If you like sword head chops. There's a lot of sword head chops in it.
Nice. Sword head chops. I'm into it. Operation Sunshine. Great book.
Oh yeah,
Glad
definitely.
It's back.
It's those guys, and then the artist David Rubin, who is very good.
Yep. Here's one I didn't read. The Outsiders.
I bought it.
What? Well, I mean, you like this kind of crap.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
You like this crap.
I don't. I talked myself into buying it because I think that there's more to come that might be interesting down the line. This first issue, the thing I really liked about it the most, obviously the deal with it is that it's planetary, but with Batwoman and the Luke Fox Batman, but he's not dressed as Batman anymore. And then there's a new drummer, which is like, that was planetary, was the guy. I mean, obviously Batwoman and the Batman guy, they don't have powers, so it's not like that where they have superpowers. But the drum character, it's interesting because on the cover, like, the character looks really young and like normal, but like inside the comic, the character's old. And I think it's kind of weird that they did that. Like they were scared to have an old person on the cover. I thought it was a little lame. But I like the character enough, and I like the premise of it enough that, like, if it gets cool, I will have wanted to get the first issue. So I got it. It was strong, not like blew my mind anything, but it was cool. Like, it's basically like a planetary for the DC universe, like specifically for the DC universe. I'm not really sure where it's going, but I'm intrigued enough that I got in. But it is definitely not, I don't know why I know why it's called Outsiders, but it's not, like, if you are a fan of the Outsiders, the DC Outsiders is not, like, there's nothing that connects it to that at all. It's way more planetary.
Fair enough. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they chose the Outsiders as the name. But
yeah, I mean, I guess it's IP. They need to put something on it that someone are going to look at. But, like, I don't think in this case that, like, there's enough people clamoring for an Outsiders comic that it's like anything other than just like, oh, I recognize that name. And for some reason they didn't call it planetary, which probably is what it should be called, because it is basically planetary. It's fair. Like, and I will see, like, what the format is, because planetary was a very specific format, the way the stories were told in that. It's one of my favorite comics. I know Warren Ellis is a total fucking shitbag, but, like, planetary is a great comic book.
Fair. Okay, we have now Nepotism the comic book. It's a thing called Red Light.
Tell me about why it's called Nepotism the comic book, because I did not understand this.
Isn't this Frank Cho's lady?
Oh,
his wife.
Sure,
I assume it's Frank Cho did a variant cover for
Cho's
it.
A pretty comic.
Sarah Cho is the.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I mean, I didn't make the connection because I didn't see the variant cover, but sure, that makes sense. The comic is just, it's like a sexy comic.
It's sexy.
It's like if you're into sexy comics.
If you're into sexy comics, hey, it's a sexy comic.
It's got sexy sex in it.
It's got sexy sex.
No, it's got. I was stuttering. I don't think the sex that's in it is sexy at all. I just stuttered. It's got sex in it, is the sentence.
Damn it!
This comic has sex in it. That should be the blurb.
This comic has sex in it.
Yeah.
Speaking of sex, Red Sonja.
Yeah.
She's cutting people up. I like this Gronbeck.
Yeah, I like the art. I like the writer, and I've heard high praise for this particular series. Yeah. I've decided that I love the Frank Thorne stuff because I just love his artwork.
Oh my God, he's so good.
But, like, I just don't give a fuck about Red Sonja or Conan or any of it. Like, I just don't. I'm sorry.
It's not my thing.
I should.
I don't see any good reason why you should.
Because everyone who loves good comics loves Conan.
An interesting assumption.
I don't know. I don't know that all of them love the new Red Sonja series, though. So why I feel guilt about that, I don't know. But I feel like I should like it, and I don't.
Yeah. There's a new issue of Red Goblin. Apparently this is still coming out.
I skipped it completely.
Issue 10. What I love about it is that the cover of this, in the way that Carnage is always making big weapons, Venom has decided to make a big weapon out of his hand. He's made a big bladed weapon from his hand, and it looks very much like a stitch popper that you would find in a sewing kit. It's just like the same kind of little hook system that you would pop stitches with, so that's fun.
Oh, yeah. He did make that.
He did make one of those. That's weird. Anyway, I guess if you need to get your stitches popped, that's the way to do it. You knocked your mic out of...
I did.
Out of true when you moved your chair there.
Sorry. I think it should be called Red Gobbler. It should be more goblin in it.
I was listening to the band Goblin Cock the other day. Who
I've heard of that band.
I like them. And Matt Awkward got into them, listening to them in the store, and he was like, oh, this is great. And he was listening to them with his wife, and she was just like, but why do they have to be called Goblin Cock? He was like...
Because they like goblin cock,
I mean,
obviously.
My assumption is that they started the band when they were 15 and never quite escaped their teenage stupid name.
Yep.
They liked the pun at the time, and then now they can't escape it.
Also, some people are just really immature.
Same.
Some people just look at something like that and think it's funny even when they're 50 years old.
I mean, I still think it's kind of funny, but not...
I would not
not
name
funny
my band
enough to
Goblin
name my
Cock.
band that. By the way, The Rocketeer is a comic book.
Yes.
Why anyone would read it is a question I don't ask.
I'm sure it's fine.
We got Rumpus Room.
That's Mark Russell, and he's good.
We've got Wesley Dodds, The Sandman.
I enjoy it. It's good. It's probably my favorite Riley Rossmo book that he's done in quite a while. I really like it.
Interesting. We got Scrapper here.
It's about dogs.
It's about dogs, not about reclaiming old metal, unfortunately, which would have been a much better story.
Much more exciting.
Of course.
This one is just fire hydrants and...
Yeah, who cares about that? Can't stand up. Okay, Silver Surfer, The Legacy, number 3. Oh, fuck. I'm falling apart over here, guys. Something Epic is a comic book. Spawn is also a comic book. I don't know if you're familiar, but this is what is the name of the monkey? Oh, that's not Overt Kill. No, the monkey's name is something Gore. Cygore, Cyber Gore.
Yeah,
something like
that. Cygore.
Like the pitcher, Cy Young,
but Gore,
but gorier. Like if Edward Gorey were Cy Young.
Oh man, have you seen that picture of Edward Gorey that's making the rounds? I've seen it like on the internet, like 12. It's like a picture of him when he's old, and it's like this black and white photo. He's like walking down the street. He's got like this crazy fur coat on,
as he always
did,
and
a big beard. And do you know that famous New Yorker cartoon where it's like the guy's like, it's like famous cartoonist is walking here, you know that one?
Yeah.
It's like literally like that. Edward Gorey is like, I bet that comic was based on someone having seen that photo. It's like literally like a live action meme of that comic.
Oh,
it's
that's
crazy.
I don't know. If you know me at all, you know that I'm a huge Edward Gorey fan.
I do know you at all.
And I enjoy his work.
I wasn't sure if you had seen that specific
I have
photo,
not seen that
though.
specific. I don't think I've seen that specific photo. I mean, I spent time at the Edward Gorey Museum last year, which was a delight. And yes, but I may have missed that one. What about the Speed Force?
Liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to. I was fully prepared to skip it, and I will say that it is 10 times better than The Flash right now.
This cover looks to all the world for me like somebody, like the label someone would put on boner pills from fucking...
It's no, the art is
country.
it takes a minute to get used to the art. I do think that this is like, it's not really like a like, I don't want to say it's bad. It's like if you were reading Robin when Damian Scott was the artist and you were like, I hate this guy, like, you're not going to like this art. But it's like,
it's honestly not that much different from like the non main artist version of Impulse.
Yeah, it's in line with that. And basically what they've done with Speed Force is they've tweaked it, because it's not about the Speed Force where they get their powers from. It is a team of speedsters that is calling itself the Speed Force, and it's the Kid Flash and I think she's just called Flash. I don't know, the purple Flash that was in the Flash for a while, and then Mossy Minos from the Titans Go. are in it. And it's just like a fun, lighthearted superhero fun comic.
Nice.
And I feel like it's like totally missing from the fucking stands right now. And it was really fun and I liked it.
That's great. I will absolutely read that.
Yeah, like if you liked Impulse, I think there's something there for you.
I loved Impulse.
like-
That is like the only Flash title that well, I mean, that's not true. The good runs of Flash, I'm obsessed
I
with.
love the Flash,
But-
and I will tolerate a bad Flash run. But
Impulse was like my thing. That was my
Yeah.
jam. I enjoyed all of that. I loved all of the Young Justice stuff. I loved the world without adults or whatever. That little mini, like
World
that
Without
whole
Grown-Ups.
Yeah, World Without Grown-Ups. That was so fun.
Yeah,
I was
fun.
totally all in for all that stuff.
Well, DC is currently finding out again for like the third time that people don't like the Flash when it's not fun. So in the meantime, you can read Speed Force because it is fun. I don't get it. Like they've gone through it like so many different times where it's like, oh, we're gonna tonally shift it and make it like we're gonna get like a Brian Azzarello artist on it or like whatever and do it like this, and then like 6 issues later they're like, oh wait, we got to make it fun again because people like the Flash when he's fun only.
Oh wait, 2 of the main villains are the fucking Weather Wizard and the Pied Piper. Maybe tone it down a bit, you fucks. Like, come on, no one's gonna take this seriously.
Oh man,
It's not gonna be a dark comic.
yeah, well, we'll see.
Unlike Spider-Man, who gets spine tingling in
That
this
is
issue.
definitely a dark take on Spider-Man. It's not bad.
It is. It's not bad at all. And Superior Spider-Man.
I didn't like it.
Weirdly, I actually kind of did.
It took me a second to
I was surprised that I actually enjoyed this one, but I kind of did.
the art style between the first story and the second story were not different enough for me to like flipping through it realize the first time that it was 2 stories. And then when I went back, I was like, this makes no sense. It has to make more sense. So I went back and then I like slowed down a little bit and I was like, okay, the first story was okay. The second story was, I didn't understand why it was in there. Like it didn't really feel like a Superior Spider-Man. Like it just like, I don't know. There's like something narratively about it that didn't make sense to me, but I'm sure it's for someone else.
Yeah, I liked it quite a. I wouldn't say quite a bit. I liked it though. And it's again, it is a Superior Spider-Man comic, but it is mostly a Spider-Boy comic.
Yeah, that's the thing I didn't really get about it, I think.
We got Dark Droids.
It was kind of fine.
We got Dr. Aphra, Dark Droids.
Yeah.
We got The Mandalorian, no Dark Droids in it. What the fuck's going on here? We got Return of the Jedi, just a bunch of fucking covers.
It is a bunch of variant. They did a variant cover series where it's basically an adaptation of Return of the Jedi. In
single covers.
Single poster form. And he skips all the good moments. Like, there's not the part where fucking Han Solo turns around and knocks Boba Fett off the fucking Sarlacc thing and into the Sarlacc, which is my favorite part. I still, like, I quote that movie, like, that line where he's like, Boba Fett?
Where?
Like, I don't know why I do that, but, like, I say it all the time. Like, anytime I'm surprised by something, I'm always like, Boba Fett?
I mean, Boba Fett where? And then he knocks his jet and he just flies into the
like,
giant
it's
space
like literally
asshole.
like a Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, it's
I
a
think.
literal Wilhelm scream.
Yeah.
Yep. And there we go. Look at this. It's Peach Momoko's Star Wars Visions.
It is a silent Star Wars comic.
It is Peach Momoko can crap out a page in seconds. She probably did this entire book in an afternoon. It's impressive. I love her artwork, but man,
it did nothing for me.
she did 40 fucking covers the same day that she did this. I don't know what her deal is, but man, she can produce stuff.
Maybe she draws really small.
It's possible. I mean, a lot of those people, like anybody trained at the anybody trained at the manga schools, generally does stuff on manga-sized paper. So it's like 2 up for like an American.
But you could
comic.
do like digitally if you're doing it digitally. Like you could. I mean, I don't know if she.
I don't think she does digital.
You don't?
No, I don't believe so. But maybe she does.
I know nothing of Peach Momoko. All I know is that this was a silent Star Wars comic with painty-looking art.
Yep. Nothing I needed. Lost Superman Lost.
It's good.
So Lost.
It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, as I've said, this is the best-selling Superman comic we have.
Crazy.
So, I mean, people love Christopher Priest.
Yeah,
is the
but
other
like,
thing.
I don't know. I just think that the other Superman comics are actually pretty good right now.
Yeah. Let's see. this is a long conversation that we probably shouldn't have right now, but I think part of why people don't like the Superman comics is his rogues gallery and all of the associated characters. Like the fact that they started it out as a Parasite comic when it first came back was like, that's like the one character that you want to like use sparingly, and they just went all in with Parasite. And it's like, that feels like the kind of Incredible Hulk writing that you're like, not one of these, where it's just like power to power. It's like, that's not the story I want to hear.
Well, but
for me personally, I don't want a Superman comic where it's just about how is he going to deal with this thing that is affecting his powers. I want to see how a man who can do anything has to hold himself back to not hurt people and like to do these things because he has to use restraint is more what I want to see.
Sure.
Personally.
But
I don't know. Last Ronin is a comic book.
Yep.
I don't know. You read it 15 times before. Here it is again. Is it in black and white? Nope, it's not. Just the covers. Anyway, whatever. Terror War, Teen Titans, whatever. There's comics.
The Teen Titans is pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Terror War is pretty good.
Terror War is pretty good. Immortal Thor is
Also pretty good.
Yeah.
I jumped off that series, but I don't know. I liked what they did with the Thor core in this one.
I love the Thor core.
I do wish that I think they did Eric Masterson dirty. I think it's sad that they're not bringing him back. Maybe they'll bring him back, but the Thor core does not have Thunderstrike.
Oh, interesting.
He's dead. But Storm is on it.
What?
Yeah.
Really? That's weird.
Loki is on it.
Okay, that's very weird. I don't know. Time Before Time's a comic.
Yep.
So is Vigil.
Ending. Last issue.
Yeah. Walking Dead Deluxe.
Never ending.
The never will never end. They will just keep reprinting it for eternity. The Vigil, I just wanted to say, this is a comic book that I didn't care much about just because of what it is, but it is the best version of this type of story that I've ever read.
Yeah.
That's kind of the deal. I haven't gone this far with it. I read the first couple of issues and I really thought it was like surprisingly good.
It felt like a trade wait for me.
Yeah, sure.
But that said, I heard good things about it.
Yeah. Let's see. Walking Dead Deluxe, there it is. Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time, Book 2, The Great Hunt.
The Wheel of Time.
The Wheel of Time. And also, how about some Wildcats while you're at it?
Wow, another final issue.
Yes, thank fucking God. Nobody gives a shit.
They'll bring it back.
They will constantly try. Dark X-Men is a comic book.
That was fine. It was good.
It was fine. There were a couple of really good moments. I love the fact that as time goes on, they're leaning into Madeline having a xenomorph as a pet. The demon that she has that just kind of is like her dog that looks like one of the what were the things that chased mutants in Excalibur?
The werewolves.
It looks like a werewolf.
Nice. Maybe it is a werewolf.
I mean, it doesn't look enough like it. It looks like a combination of like a queen alien and a werewolf. But now because Disney owns all of these fucking properties, they can just be like, just draw it exactly like a fucking xenomorph with like human teeth. And that's pretty much what they do. It's just like, it's a xenomorph with human teeth.
Oh man, yeah, bit that guy's leg right off.
Hilarious. That was actually a really great scene. There's a couple of really great moments in this comic, honestly.
This one has Chasm in it as well. The
I could do without Chasm ever.
I could as well, but Chasm is also in that Deadpool comic, and that reminds me of there's a story in there where Deadpool meets him and tries to kill him for some reason, and he calls him Chaz. It's really funny.
I mean, it is funny because
Chaz. I was like, why is he calling him Chaz? And I was like, oh yeah, his name's Chasm.
Yeah, and some people pronounce that Chasm.
Chasm.
Which is the most hilarious way to say chasm.
Pretty dumb.
Chasm.
Chasm.
Chasm Chandler, the bass player for Jimi Hendrix,
and he was the manager, and he was a member of the Animals.
Ah, yes, Chaz Chandler of the Animals. That's what it was.
Yep.
Noel Redding was the bass player. For
yes,
Jimi Hendrix.
Guitar player turned bass player because they needed the bass player.
Because you're playing with Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
And what the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah,
play
but
guitar?
like you're playing bass with Jimi Hendrix, you need someone who can play guitar. You could just like do like do, you know.
But he didn't. He did
No,
wonderful
he
stuff.
did like crazy shit.
It's same with Mitch Mitchell.
Well,
Amazing.
Mitch Mitchell's a fucking still to this day a fantastic drummer.
Yeah, one of the best.
Yep.
Ginger Baker, always saying that he's the greatest drummer of all time.
Yeah.
Such a
Have you met
hilarious
Mitch
thing to say.
Mitchell? Have you met John Densmore?
No.
I don't know.
No, he's just an egotist. Everybody knows I am the greatest drummer of all time. So
I mean,
everybody
true.
shut the fuck up.
I was separating. I was comparing only by generation.
Yes. Anyway, kids, that's comics. Hey, kids, comics.
Yeah, and
That's
also
them.
you got Action Philosophers in a tiny manga size.
We did, and we got so many trades. It is absolutely ridiculous.
Chainsaw Man.
I mean, restocks of everything. All the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles hardcover editions for the complete IDW series. We got just tons and tons and tons of stuff. Oh, I'm very excited about Blade: The Early Years, the Omnibus edition.
Oh man, is it
has
like the ski goggles blade?
It's got Ski Goggles Blade,
yeah.
and it also has Ski Goggles Blade in magazine form,
Oh,
so
nice.
he's not bound by the comics code.
Man,
You can see a boob.
I bought that water damaged copy of Doctor Strange 62 that you had in your dollar
Yeah.
bin, and man, that is a good ass comic. It
I
has Blade in it in his ski goggle form.
keep rereading some of those books, and they are so good.
Oh man, that one is so good. It's the one where Dracula gets killed.
Oh man!
They like dive into the dark hold, and then Dracula and all the vampires die.
Spoiler alert: he doesn't stay dead.
I know. They should have killed him forever.
Dracula never stays dead. Of all the characters that Marvel has in the world, he's the one that it's okay. You know, like if you're going to use Dracula, to have him never really die is fine by me because it's Dracula.
Sure.
It's like it's kind of his deal.
Did all the vampires come back as well because like when he died, all the vampires died, but did they all come back?
Yes, they did all.
They did all came back.
Yep. Every time he comes back, every time he resurrects himself somehow, then you get another big flood of vampires. And
There's
it's
this really
because
good-
Blade gets really bored.
Yeah. There's a really
That's a
good
good
part. So it's like they killed Dracula, and then like there's a part where this guy, he's like a disco guy. He's like a disco
course he
vampire.
is.
And he's like strutting his stuff. He goes into the club, and then he just like turns into a puff of smoke. And they're like, oh, what? That's pretty cool.
Poor hypno hustler. We knew him well.
Yep.
Anyway, that's it. That's comic books this week. Thank you so much. Follow us at Coast City Comics on Instagram. Buy stuff from coastcitycomics.com, and we've also got Coast City Comics Maine, which is our YouTube page.
Yeah.
Hit that up if you want to see the covers of the comics. There's no real reason to look at us while we're doing this. We're just kind of staring off into the middle distance, but we do put up the comic covers.
I
so
try
that's
to make
kinda
eye
neat.
contact with the camera.
I can't do it
Because
because I'm a sociopath. I can't make eye
I
contact.
try to do it because the red light's on, and I feel like it's if the red light is on me, I need to engage. See, there it
There you
is.
go.
Hi, I'm looking right into your soul.
You are. Anyway, that's it. Follow Bob at Dollar Binge.
Yeah, I've been
Also.
posting more lately.
Nice.
I got a bunch of dollar comics, so I got a lot of stuff to post.
Excellent. And check out our website. We have so much stuff, so many back issues. It's absolutely cuckoo bananas.
You can buy a $200 Wonder Woman comic.
You absolutely can do that. And we also have some CGC stuff up there and more coming all the time. We got a nice Hulk 180 and a 9.0 that we're throwing up there soon.
Damn.
Got a nice first Morbius going up there and an 8.5. That's
Morbs.
pretty nice. I mean, if ever a Morbin time there was,
it's Morbin time.
today is the day. So thank
You
you
got
for
some
listening.
Morbius comics in your dollar bin too.
I do. That 90s Morbius series sucked.
Midnight Suns. It was not Morbin time then.
There was, Morbin time had yet to occur. This is Morbin time now. Thank you, and we'll see you next week. Good night.
Bye. I gotta put the She-Hulk dollar comic with Morbius.